Greetings, wonderful ones. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Hello, Elena. Hello. Hello, Kyra. Leandro's here. Waiting on Allie to come in. Hello, Donald. Angel is here. Hello, wonderful ones. And Miss Clark is now joining us. Christopher's here. Kyra, stay on mute. Stay on mute. Everyone needs to mute their screen. Everyone needs to mute their screens.
Wonderful ones.
Kyra has her sandwich, has her snack. Make sure, guys, while we're waiting for everybody to jump in, make sure you have pencil, make sure you have paper.
Are you supposed to be muting this one? You unmuted. Let's go back to the mute. Come on, I think you know.
Everybody have pencil, everybody have paper. Hey, Chris. Thumbs up if you have your supplies. Thumbs up if you have your supplies. Good job. Angel, are you seated? We need you seated. All right, Miss Clarky Warky, are you ready?
Can you give me 1 second, Miss Sue?
Okay.
I can start sharing my screen.
All right, still got a few people coming in.
Hey, Allie. Hey, Chris. Hey, Leandro. What else we have on here? We have Elena.
Hey, Miss Clark.
Donald. Hey, Kalasia. All right, let's get started. We're wrapping up our human body lesson with the overall view on. Miss Sue is saying that you disabled me to share my screen.
I did?
I guess maybe by accident, but I tried to share it and it says host has disabled.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. How do I do that? How do I undo that? Oh. Try now.
All right. So like I was saying, we're doing an overview on what we have been talking about on the human body. We've talked about some nutrients in the human body. We talked about how the human body operates in all of its systems and its cells. I want someone, we're going to go down the line. I'm going to call every single one individually, and you're going to give me one fact that you have learned so far about our human body activity. So I'm going to call on you. When I call on you, you can hold the space bar down on your own and you can speak. So I'm going to go in no particular order, just how I see you on the screen. First, I'm going to start with Kalasia. Kalasia, I want you to hold the space bar down and tell me one thing you have learned about the human body so far that you want to share with the class. Kalasia, you holding the space bar down? There we go. Now we can hear you. One thing you've learned about the human body so far. It could be the senses. It could be any of the systems. It could be things you need to eat. You know it because you got you turned in those exit tickets. So give me one thing you've learned about the human body so far. Give me one of the senses you've learned.
The digestive system.
Okay, what does the digestive system do?
It helps you digest your food.
Digest your food. So you eat those foods, and the digestive system helps to break down those foods so it could properly pass through your body. Good job, Kalasia. Next on my list, I have Donald. Donald, can you tell me something you've learned about the human body so far? You have to hold your space bar down. All right. Let's go, Donna. What's something you've learned about the human body so far?
I learned that about one of the main sentences.
Main senses?
Mm-hmm.
Which one of those main senses did we learn about?
Smell.
Sense of smell. Okay, good job. Who's ready to give me an answer? Give me a hand and I'll call on you if you're ready to give an answer. I see Leandro's hand is up. Leandro, what's one thing you learned about the human body?
Muscles help our bodies move.
Good job. Your muscles do help your body move. And there's also a system called your muscular system that helps your body move as well. Who else wants to give me an answer of something they learned about the human body so far? I see Christopher hand is up. Christopher, you need to hold your screen, you're holding your space bar down. All right, now we can talk.
I learned that when I forgot that quick.
Okay, tell me something you learned about either one of those exit tickets or from one of the lessons Ms. Clark went over. What's something else you learned about the human body? The most interesting thing you think you learned?
I think the interesting one is
Let's think of our
the
senses,
mouth.
body parts, and how our body works. What are some things you learned about how our body works?
We learned that our body works with cells.
Cells.
Yes.
And those cells, those little bitty cells, are the smallest units in our body. And cells that have the same functions are combined together and they make what? Cells that are combined together makes what? Can anybody give me an answer? What are cells that's combined together called? I see Angel. Do you have an answer? Do you know what that word is?
Function.
Ms. Clark is going to tell you it's tissue. So cells that are combined together with the same function are called tissues. We're going to get ahead and Ms. Clark is going to share her screen so we can go into our lesson for today. Today's lesson is basically an overall view of a healthy human body. Give me a thumbs up if you can see Ms. Clark's screen. All right, let's get started. So there's Dr. Nick Nutri again speaking. He says, take a look at this, boys and girls. You are looking inside of a human body and all of its many complicated parts. You see the stomach here, you see kidneys, and you see his bladder. Today we are going to review some of the things that we've learned about the human body and how it works and all of its important systems. We're going to start with the system you learned about. We talked about the excretory system. We talked about the muscular system. We talked about the digestive system. Which one of those systems help your food to break down? Once you eat the food, which one of those systems have we talked about that helps your body break down those foods? I see Christopher. So what's that system called?
It's called digesting.
Yes, the digestive system. The digestive system is what helps break your food down. What system is responsible for processing food, and that system is also responsible for processing food into nutrients so that your body can get rid of waste.
Your
So
stomach.
yes, it's called the digestive system. It's inside of your stomach. So this is called a windpipe. Windpipe. We didn't talk about it, but there's another tube right beside where your food goes down in this esophagus. There is a tube right next to it called the windpipe. The windpipe leads to your lungs. The windpipe leads to your what?
Lungs.
It leads to your lungs, so it helps you breathe. It moves from your mouth to your lungs. It is something else that the body needs to live. So that helps you to what? If it's moving to your, if it's a direct path to your lungs, it probably helps you what? Hold your space bar down if you have it, Kalasia. It probably helps you what if it leads to your lungs?
Breathe.
Yeah, it helps you breathe, yes. So look at the pictures, look at these pictures of the human body in this image. Look at all the bones that make up the skeleton. Do we know what that system is called? If it's making up your skeleton, it's called the what system? If it's make up your skeleton, it's called the what system? Ms. Clark is going to go ahead and say, everyone say skeletal system. Skeletal system.
Skeletal.
Skeletal system, it's made up of your skeletons in your body.
Got it.
Okay, and then the muscular system helps your body to what? Christopher said it earlier. The muscular system helps your body what? Christopher,
Help
can
your
you
body move.
what the system does?
Help your body move.
Yes, good job, Allie. I heard you. It helps your body to move. And we also have the nervous system. The nervous system has the nerves running like a highway across your body. It's traveling up your spinal column and it's going all the way to your brain. So nerves flow through your body and travels to your where?
Brain.
Good job, Kalasia. It travels to your brain. So we've talked about cells, we've talked about tissues, and we've talked about organs. We know that each body system performs a separate function and that each system is made up of organs. I want someone to tell me, what is this a picture of?
Potatoes and French fries.
It's potatoes.
Potatoes and French fries.
We talked about different nutrient groups. Maybe on our lesson when we first started bringing snacks to school, we talk about nutrient groups. If you got to think about potatoes and fries, we talked about 4 main nutrient groups: water, fat, carbohydrates, and protein. If you had to guess, which
We did.
which one would you guess? Which one of those groups do you think the potato belongs to? Protein, carbohydrates, or water?
Carbohydrates.
Carbohydrates. Good job. So we've talked about the importance of making healthy food choices before. We know that food gives you what? Are you able to move and get out of bed and walk around? Food gives you what?
Energy.
Yes, good job.
Energy.
Energy. It gives you energy to grow, breathe, move, and fight germs. It also gives you the opportunity to heal. Your body is healthy. That means it heals quicker. So some foods have more nutrients in them than others, especially the foods that belong to carbohydrates. So we know that carbohydrates give your body the most energy. So remember to eat only a few sweets and fats. And don't forget that fresh foods will give you lots of vitamins and minerals. Vitamins and minerals. So what are these kids doing? They are running. They're probably on a monkey bars. I don't know what that last picture is, but they're doing some type of activity.
They are exercising.
They are exercising. Good job. Who said that? Christopher?
Christopher.
Chris. They are exercising. Exercising or staying active can help you maintain a healthy body weight. When you exercise, your body uses energy from the food that you eat. So the food gives your body energy, and in return, you have enough energy to exercise. The amount of energy that food provides to the human body is measured in calories. So the amount of energy your food gives your body is called what? I want everyone to say calories.
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 Food provides to the human body is measured in calories. So when you're eating something and you want to know how much energy that food gives to your body, you count its what? Everyone say calories.
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 So food labels on your side of your food, it lists the number of calories or the amount of energy in packaged food. So everything you eat or drink usually has a nutrition label. I want Allie to pick up that juice she was just drinking. I want you to look on the side of it, and I want you to see if you see a nutrition label. Allie, I want you to unmute yourself, and I want you to find the word calories on your nutrition label, and I want you to tell me how many calories does that orange juice have?
0 calories.
0 calories. So does that orange juice is going to give Allie any energy?
No.
Because it has, how many calories does it have?
0.
It has 0. So that
0.
juice that she's drinking does not have any calories, so it's not going to give her any energy for her body. You should eat enough food each day to provide your body with the same amount of energy that it uses. So you have to make sure that the foods that you're eating has enough calories to give your body what?
To give the energy.
To give your body energy. So you have to have calories in your foods to give your bodies energy. Every time you drink, every time you move or you exercise, you are using energy. So that means you are burning calories. So it's just like math. And Miss Sewell, maybe you can give them maybe like a exit ticket question about these calories. We're gonna talk about how many calories your body takes in compared to the amount of energy that your body uses. We're going to talk about it later. We might be able to add that to a math lesson to where you calculate how much energy your body has based off of the calories you're eating. We're going to talk about that. Me and Miss Lou will come up with something. So, I have a little chat. All right. So, you are burning energy all the time, even when you are sleeping. But your body uses much more energy to exercise than it does to sleep. If you weighed 100 pounds, you will burn about 40 calories just by standing still. But if you walk for 30 minutes, you will burn about 120 calories. So we know that burning calories, we have to use more energy. So are you burning a lot of calories when you're just sitting on a computer?
No.
Are you burning a lot of calories when you're just sitting on a computer?
No.
No.
Okay, what about if you go and run on a levee or run on a track, a football track? Are you burning a lot of calories?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, because you're using a lot of what?
Energy.
Energy.
You're using a lot of energy. So
Energy.
for you to solve, there are about 160 calories in a snack-sized bag of potato chips. So those little Doritos that you eat out of the bag, there's about 160 calories in it. If you burn 120 calories by walking for 30 minutes, how much longer would you need to walk to burn up all the calories in the bag of chips? So if you have 160 calories in a bag of chips and you want to burn all that off, you want to stay all skinny, you don't want to gain weight or none of that, you want to just burn those calories off. If you have 160 calories, how many calories would you have to burn off? If you burn 120 calories, are you burning all of those calories you ate from that bag of chips?
No.
No.
Yeah.
No, you have how many calories do you have left to burn? Miss Sue, I'm all overstepping with this math. You know, this not my math. I'm trying to calculate in my head as well. Like 160.
What were the numbers again?
So, if a potato chip bag has 160 calories in it,
Mm-hmm.
and this girl ran and she only burned 120 calories. We want to know how many calories does she have left to burn. So how do we do that? Will we do what the number, the arrows weigh? 160 minus 120. Can someone do that on a sheet of paper? They know the long subtraction?
Yes, they can do
Okay.
the whole
Let's see.
subtraction.
Let's see. We have 160 calories in a bag of chips, and she burned 120 calories by running. How many calories does she actually have in her body right now? Someone do this math problem for me. Ms. Clark just added some math to English. Look at me.
Yes. Intercurriculum instruction. Yes.
And when someone give me a hands up once you figured it out. Ms. Sue said, y'all know how to do this. Ms. Clark was underestimating y'all. Y'all know better math than me. 160 minus 120.
Thumbs up when you have an answer.
Kalaja, how many calories does she have left in her body?
40.
40. Good job.
Yes.
Kalaja, a round of applause. Interpreting that math into our healthy body lesson. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep timing. What are they doing in this picture? The girl has a towel, her hair is wet, the guy's brushing his teeth. What do you think they're doing? They're doing what? From the looks of this picture, what do you think these kids are doing? We see that she's washing her hair. He's brushing his teeth. What do we call that? Good what? I'm gonna tell you a new word. We're gonna say that's good hygiene. By making sure you stay clean, making sure you brush your teeth, and making sure your hair is washed, your body's washed, all that's called good hygiene. So keeping clean is having good hygiene. Keeping clean is another important part of staying healthy. What did Miss Luke come in the classroom and tell us right before we left out of school? Miss Luke came in all of our classes. She stood by the sink and she taught us how to what? The nurse at school came in and she came by the sink.
Wash your hands.
Wash our hands. Wash our hands. Why do you think?
Wash our hands.
Why do you think that's important? Why do you think the nurse came all the way to our classes to teach us how to wash our hands? Because she wanted to make sure that we were washing our hands properly. Because there are germs. There are a whole lot of germs going on right now that's getting a lot of people very sick. So she wanted to show us a way to prevent the germs from spreading. And one way that you prevent germs from spreading is by keeping clean. Specifically at school, washing your hands, because you can't take a shower at school, you can't brush your teeth at school. So a way to keep healthy at school is by washing your hands. So there are many types of germs that can make you sick. Bacteria, the tiny one, bacteria is one of the most important and common types of germs. Bacteria is everywhere. There are important parts of nature, and because bacteria are not your enemies, in fact, many bacteria live in your gut and help digest your food. So we don't just keep ourselves away from bacteria. Some bacteria is good bacteria, but a way to keep those bad bacteria away is to make sure we stay clean. So we have to keep regular habits. Dr. Nutrient say we have to keep regular habits to stay healthy. So how are some ways we can stay healthy? We know that we can eat healthy, but what are some other ways we can stay healthy? What do we talk about today that can keep us healthy? Besides
Washing your hands for 20 minutes.
washing your hands for 20 seconds. 20 seconds is a little shorter than 20 minutes. Washing your hands for 20 seconds. Good job, Allie. Eating good foods. What else did we talk about today in this lesson that we could do to keep healthy? Kalasia?
Burning calories.
Burning calories. And how do you burn calories? By using what?
Energy.
Energy. So you can use energy not by run. You don't have to run. You can use energy by walking down the stairs or walking to the car or getting out of bed and walking to the bathroom to brush your teeth. You're still using energy. You are using energy. So a way to burn calories is a way to stay healthy is by using your energy. So that's in the form of exercise as well. So we talked about good eating. We talked about burning calories. And what's the last thing we say? You have to keep what? Keep yourself what?
Clean.
Safe.
Clean. Keep yourself clean. And another very, very, very healthy aspect to your life is by getting enough sleep. Getting enough sleep. Anybody wake up sometimes and they just feel, I don't know what the word is. You just don't want to be up. Anybody wake up and you just don't want to be up? You would rather
Yes.
be sleeping? Yes, all the time. It works like that all the time. Sometimes you're a little bit more grumpier in the morning. That's probably because you're not getting enough sleep. So another very important aspect of keeping yourself healthy is getting enough sleep. So we know that you have to eat well. We know that you have to maintain some good energy. We know that you have to keep clean, and we know that you have to give enough what? Get enough what at night?
Sleep.
Sleep.
Get enough sleep, guys. You guys are awesome. I want everyone to kiss their brains. Kiss your brains, kiss your brains, kiss your brains. Okay, now Miss Clark. God, I got ahead of myself, and I'm incorporating some technology. Your exit ticket is going to be very cool this week, right? You have to go online to take your exit ticket. So Ms. Clark is going to put a code, just like you use for Amplify or to log into the computers. Ms. Clark is going to give you a code to your exit ticket. I'm going to show you an example of it really quickly. So I'm going to give you this code in Remind that's going to take you to your exit ticket. Your exit ticket, you're going to open it. This is the code that you're going to use. You don't have to remember it because I'm going to give it to you. So let me pull this up. Hold on. Let me make sure I can see. Okay, yeah, preview. So I'm going to take it to the code, and then what does this say? What is that word?
Quiz.
Quiz. So it's going to take you to the first question. The first question we're going to go through, it says there are 6 categories of nutrients. There's water, protein, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, and minerals. What are the 4 most important categories? What are the 4 most important categories? Is it water, protein, carbs, and fats? Is it A? Or is it B? Protein, vitamins, and water. A or B?
Protein, vitamins, and water.
A.
Who agrees with Allie? Protein, vitamins, and water. Give me a thumbs up if you agree that those are the 4 main types of 4 important types of nutrients. I want someone to count how many words are in B. Protein, vitamins, and water. How many are those?
3.
3. The question says, what are the how many most important categories?
4.
4. So is it B?
No.
It's
No.
what?
A.
A. It is A. Good job. So that is an example of how you're going to answer your exit ticket. That's an example of how you're going to answer your exit ticket. I'm going to stop sharing. The code is going to be in the Remind group. And because technology is so savvy, I'm going to know who logs in and when you log in and how fast you're taking your exit ticket. So when you log in, I'm going to be able to see, I'm going to get a text message to my phone. It's going to say, Kalasia has started her exit ticket. And I'm going to be sitting there waiting to see what Kalasia put as her answers. And then I'm going to have all your answers together in one place. So y'all stay tuned and keep on the lookout for those exit tickets in the Remind group. Everybody got that? Give me a thumbs up if you understand. That exit ticket is due today. Is it due tomorrow? Is it due when you come back to school?
No.
It's due today. All right, you guys were wonderful. Miss Clark is done with her lesson. Let's turn it over to Miss Sewell.
Bye, Miss Clark.
Bye. I see you guys Friday.
Greetings, wonderful ones. Greetings again. We're going to get started really quickly. Let me share my screen. I shared with you guys to remind that we're going to be diving into some items from third grade, which
Oh,
are
I heard y'all on some third grade level. Go ahead, third graders.
yes. I remember my first words to you guys after I greeted you at the first day of school, and I told you that my task was to prepare you for the next level. And someone asked, well, what is the next level? And Miss Sewell said the next level is third grade. So we have gone through all of these wonderful months together, and now it's time for us to take a little sneak peek into third grade, and I'm extremely excited about that. And what's so cool about the first part of third grade is, guys, it is literally similar, the exact same thing that we kind of did in module 6 with equal groups. That gets us ready for multiplication. And then remember, when we were in school, I started a lot of you on third grade module 1 stuff in Zern. So this should be very familiar to you, not only because you kind of started on it already, but it's very similar to the work we did in module 6 with equal groups. So we're gonna go ahead and dive right on into it really quickly. Hopefully we will be through for 3 o'clock. Most of you have done the assignments. I just want to remind you guys that when you go into the web page, when you go into Miss Sewell's web page, because I had several parents question, they were trying to figure out where the work was. Right here, this little blue tab right here that says Virtual Learning Lesson Plan. When you click that, it's going to take you to this page, which has all of the week's lessons on it. It's going to show you a YouTube lesson, and there's also a link underneath. When you go back to this page, underneath this link, there's a link that prints out, that has a printout of all of the week's homework tasks. So please make sure you're visiting the class website to look at the lesson for each day, and then going ahead and doing the homework set. Today you will receive those exit tickets for those first 2 lessons from Monday and Tuesday. So if you have not visited those YouTube lessons for that, there's a wonderful lady that has done some third grade lessons for us in module 1 that are very easy for us to understand, and they're not that long, so you can take a peek at those and then go ahead and work on the homework set for each one of those lessons. So let's go ahead and dive into this when we're talking about equal groups here. So I have some pictures of some trains, right? I have pictures of some trains. So how many groups of trains do we see? How many groups of trains do you see? Christopher, how many groups of trains do you see?
2 groups.
There are 2 groups of trains, yes. And how many trains are in each group, Leandro? How many trains are in each group? Leandro, how many trains are in each group? You can unmute yourself to answer. How many trains?
There are 3 trains in each group.
Very good. There are 3 trains in each group. So if we wanted to complete a sentence about this picture, what could we say? Go ahead and write this in your notes, guys. There are blank groups of blank, and go ahead and fill in those blanks, and let's see what you come up with. There are blank groups of blank, and thumbs up when you give me an answer once you finish writing it out. So go ahead, take a look at a picture, take a look at the picture here, and see if you can fill out this first sentence. This is a repeat, guys, of what the work we did in module 6. And like I said, I just love how module 1 of 3rd grade starts off with stuff you guys already know. So that first part of 3rd grade, when we get back to school and you're in 3rd grade, it's going to be a breeze for you because you're going to remember it from 2nd grade. So go ahead and fill that out and give me a thumbs up when you've written it. There are blank groups of blank. There are blank groups of blank. There are blank groups of blank. Thumbs up when you filled it out. Who can read this sentence and fill it out for me? Christopher, go ahead, read this sentence and give me the answers that goes in it.
There are 2 groups of 3.
Yes, there are 2 groups of 3. Notice that there are 2 circles, which represents the groups, and there are 3 trains in each group. So yes, there are 2 groups of 3. Now, let's write a repeated addition sentence to figure out the total number of trains. So on your paper, write a repeated addition sentence to show the total number of trains there. Go ahead, repeated addition sentence. Thumbs up when you've written your sentence. Thumbs up when you've written your sentence. Give me a repeated addition sentence for the picture that shows the 2 groups of 3. I'm going to unmute Donald. Donald, can you give me a response? Can you unmute yourself and tell me what's the repeated addition sentence that goes with this picture?
Three.
What's the repeated addition sentence, Donald?
3 plus 3
Equals?
6.
Yes, 3 plus 3 equals 6. Now, if you pay attention to the sentence that he gave us, notice that he's added the number 3 2 times. Why do you think he added the number 3 2 times? Why did he add the number 3 2 times? Because there are how many groups?
2 groups.
Yes, there are 2 groups. There are 2 groups of 3. There are 3 in this first group. There's 3 in this second group. So we added 3 plus 3 to equal 6. Now, we can take that and we can also use multiplication to show the total number of trains. So not only, guys, can we use repeated addition, we can write a multiplication sentence to show the total number of trains. So let's go to our next slide. So notice here, to write a multiplication sentence for this, I'm going to take the number of groups, which Christopher told me that I had 2 groups, and I'm going to multiply it. This X is the symbol for multiplication, and when we read it, we say times. So I'm going to take the number of groups times the number of trains in each group. So what will that look like? 2 times 3 equals 6. Where does that 2 come from? That 2 shows me that there were 2 groups, right? And that 3 tells me that there were 3 trains in each group. So when I multiply 2 groups of 3, 2 times 3 equals 6. 2 times 3 equals 6. All right, guys, I hope you have your pencil and paper ready. This was one of the problems that was on Monday's problem set. Thanks and shout out to Leandro who submitted his work for lesson 1. So let's take a look here. I have some bananas. I have some bananas here. And I want you to tell me How many groups of bananas do you see? How many groups of bananas do you see here? How many groups of bananas do you see? I'm going to grab a little line here. We could underline these groups here. So here's one group. Here's two groups of bananas. Here's three groups of bananas, four groups, and here's five groups. Now, if I wanted to write a sentence about these bananas, let's go ahead and write a sentence here. I'm going to start it and I want you to fill it in. There are blank groups of blank. Thumbs up if you have a response for that sentence starter. There are blank groups of blank. Thumbs up if you have an answer for that sentence starter. I see Donald's thumb is up. Leandro's ready. Still waiting on a few. Leandro, unmute yourself and share with us what your response would be for that sentence starter. There are blank groups of blank.
There are 5 groups of 3.
Very good. There are 5 groups of 3 because you notice Miss Sewell has 5 groups here, and if you look, there are 1, 2, 3 bananas in each group. There are 5 groups of 3. Awesome. So let's take a look here. They've already given us the repeated addition sentence. What is the number that they keep adding over and over? What's the number that is being repeated here in this addition sentence? What number are they adding over and over?
3.
Yes, they're adding the number 3 over and over, yes. And how many times are they adding the number 3 over and over?
5 times.
Yes, they're adding the number 3 5 times because, as Leandro said, that we have 5 groups of 3. So if we add the number 3 5 times, 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, let's see what we'll get. Let's use our strategy of skip counting. So here in this first group, we have 3, right? 3 more will make what? 3 plus 3 equals
6.
6. And then 6 plus 3 more equals
9.
9. And then 9 plus 3 more equals
12.
12. And then 12 plus 3 more equals
15.
yes. So when I add the number 3 5 times, I get a total of 15. All right. So let's go ahead and read this together. Everybody unmute yourself. Everybody unmute yourself. And we're going to read this together. Take yourself off of mute. Unmute yourself. All right. So let's go ahead and read this next statement. Ready? Read.
5 groups
5 groups of 3 equals 15.
15.
Yes, 5 groups of 3 equals 15. So we have our repeated addition sentence here. We have our little sentence frame completed. So now, guys, let's take that repeated addition sentence and that sentence frame, and let's create a multiplication sentence. Look at the multiplication sentence that they've created. 5 times 3. Why did they use the number 5? Because there were how many groups?
There were
How many groups?
There were 5 groups.
There were 5 groups. And then they used 3 because in each group, how many bananas were in each one of these groups?
3.
Yes. So 5 times 3 equals
15.
15. All right. Let's do another one. Let's First thing I want you to do here is I want you to start the sentence frame. There are blank groups of blank. Then I want you to write an addition sentence, a repeated addition sentence. And then I want you to write the multiplication sentence. Again, the sentence frame, there are blank groups of blank. The repeated addition sentence. And finally, the multiplication sentence. So take a look at this picture. We have some groups of eggs. So I want you to start off by writing the sentence starter that says there are blank groups of blank. Then I want you to write the repeated addition sentence. And then finally, the multiplication sentence. So I'll give you a few moments to do that. The timer will be on the screen. We are going to dive into, hang on guys, let me get back to you. Let's go ahead and put in the timer. Thumbs up. I see Chris's thumb is up. About 30 more seconds here. And we will go ahead and take a look at a response. Give you a few seconds to do that. Again, we are needing the sentence frame. There are blank groups of blank. Then we need the repeated addition sentence. And then we need the multiplication sentence that goes with that sentence frame. 8 seconds. All right, guys, time is up. So let's take a look here. Kalasia, let's take a look here. Kalasia, give me the sentence starter. There are blank groups of blank. What's the sentence starter? There are blank groups of blank.
There are 4 groups of 6.
Very good. There are 4 groups of 6. Raise your hand if you can tell me the repeated addition sentence. The repeated addition sentence. Kalasia gave us the sentence starter. There are 4 groups of 6. The repeated addition sentence. Yes, Christopher.
6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals
All right, got a lot of 6s there. Let's look at some strategies that we did to figure out that. So we have 4 6s, right? So remember some things that we can do. So these are doubles. We can find some doubles in this, right? Remember this strategy? 6 plus 6, we know is 12, right? Then I see another 6 plus 6. There's another 12. So 12 plus 12 equals 12 plus 12 equals
24.
24. Remain seated, Christopher. Yes. So 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals 24. Now, finally, the multiplication sentence. How many groups did we have? Kalasia told us how many groups we had. So I'll go ahead and give us the response here. Chris just told us, here's our repeated addition sentence. Here. 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals 24. All right. Kalasia told us that there are 4 groups of 6. So we know that 4 groups of 6 equals what, guys? 4 groups of 6 equals how much?
24.
Equals 24. And Donald, give me the multiplication sentence here. What's the multiplication sentence we can create? Start with the number of groups. How many groups did we have, Donald? How many groups did we have? I'm circling all of our groups. Somebody help him out. How many groups did we have? How many groups of eggs did we have?
4 groups.
We have 4 groups, right? Times the number in each group. How many eggs were in each one of these groups? Each group had how many eggs?
6.
4 times 6 equals what number, guys? 4 times 6 equals what again?
24.
24. So when we use our multiplication to show repeated addition, remember, we take the number of groups. We have 4 groups of eggs here, and we multiply it times the number of eggs in each group. 4 times 6 equals 24. All right. Then Tuesday's lesson, we shifted and we looked at equal groups in the form of an array. This is also familiar to us because we visited arrays in module 6 of our learning this year. So this is an array. An array shows equal groups, and remember we talked about rows and columns. So an array shows equal groups in rows and columns. Let's revisit rows and columns. Remember, rows go across and columns go up and down. So if I wanted to take a look at how many rows this array has, I want to use a line here. Remember, rows go across. So here's 1 row of apples, 2 rows of apples, 3 rows of apples. So I have 3 rows and there are 4 apples on each row. Or I can look at the columns. Remember, columns go up and down. So let's take a look at the columns. There's 1 column of 3, 2 columns, 3 columns, 4 columns. So remember, arrays show us equal groups in rows and columns. Remember, rows go across, columns go up and down. So let's take a look at this picture that we have.
Excuse me,
right
Sewell.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I left. It was my phone that it was hot.
I'm sorry, repeat.
My phone was hot, so I don't know why it left. I don't know.
Okay, that's okay, Christopher, as long as you're still there and you're listening. All right, so let's take a look at this picture, guys. It says there are 5 rows of triangles. How many triangles are in each row? Now, which direction do rows go? Rows go how? Somebody unmute yourself and tell me. Rows go in which direction?
Across.
Yes,
Across.
rows go across. Remember in class when we stretch our arms out really wide, rows go across. So let's go. I'm going to grab a line here and let's count these rows of triangles. So 5 rows. There's 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows, 4 rows, and 5 rows. The question asks, how many triangles are in each row? So remember, in order to get that correct, you had to know that rows go across. So let's take a look at one of these rows here. How many triangles are on every row? Take a look at the picture. How many triangles are there? How many triangles are in each row?
4.
There are how many? Donald, pay attention to the screen. Cut that TV off.
4.
5.
Or 4 on each row. Now somebody said 5. Now if they're counting 5, are they looking at rows or columns? They said 5 on each row. Remember, rows go across. So we're looking going across, side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4
on each row.
4 on each row. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, let's write a multiplication sentence to describe what's going on here. So they already told us how many rows we have. We have 5 on each row, right? And someone just said that there are 4 triangles on each row. So 5 times 4. Our 5 should be pretty easy because we know how to skip count by 5s. So if we hold up 4 fingers and we skip count by 5 each time, that'll be 5, 10, 15, 20. So 5 times 4 equals
20.
5 times 4 equals 20. Now, because we're counting the rows here, I know that there are 4 on this row. There are 4 on this second row. There are 4 here, 4 here, and also 4 here. So I have 5 rows of 4. So I'm adding the number 4 5 times. So if I skip count by 4, I have 4 plus 4 more is 8, plus 4 more is 12, plus 4 more is 16, plus 4 more is 20, right? So here I could use skip counting by 4s. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, right? Take a look at one more. Aha. It says Emma collects rocks. She arranges them in, here it is, 4 rows of 3. Draw Emma's array to show how many rocks she has altogether. Then write a multiplication equation to describe the array. She arranges the rocks in 4 rows of 3. 4 rows of 3. So I want you to draw an array to show how she arranged the rocks, and then give me a multiplication sentence. I want to set the timer for about 45 seconds. All right, timer's on. She arranges the rocks in 4 rows of 3. Draw Emma's array to show how many rocks she has altogether, and then write a multiplication equation to describe the array. Are we ready? Are we ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Everybody, hold your picture up to the camera. Let me see what you've drawn. Let's see. How should your array look? Now think about it. Rows go across, right? Right? Hello, hello. Am I talking to myself? 4 rows. So here's what you could have done. And I know that some of you did that. You went ahead and you drew your 4 rows. I'm going to draw 4 rows because I know rows go across. And then it says that she arranges them in 4 rows of 3. So that means 3 rocks are going to be on each row. All right. 4 rows of 3. The key to remembering this, guys, is to remember which direction rows and columns go. For your array to be correct, you have to remember that rows go across, side to side. So here's how your array should look. All right, and I'm gonna take the lines out so you can see how your array should have looked. All right, so there's our array, 4 rows of 3. So let's come up with a multiplication sentence for this array. So how many rows did we have? The story told us how many rows did we have?
4.
4 rows. And how many rocks were on each row?
3.
The story told you, you don't have to guess, guys.
3.
Times 3. So if there are 3 on each row, here's 3 here, 3 on this row, 3 on this row, and 3 on this row. So let's take a look. If we skip count by 3 4 times, what will we get? 4 times 3 equals?
12.
Equals 12. Awesome sauce. 1, 2, 3 class.
1, 2, 3.
Awesome. Very good. Now, this afternoon, guys, once again, this is what you're going to do. Please mute yourself. Don't forget, I'm going to send you your exit ticket, but I also am going to send you again the link. If you're not able to get to the website, I'm going to send the link for these problem sets, guys. You need to be doing the problem sets for each lesson every day. That way, when we get to the Zoom lesson, you'll be able to roll. All right? So I'm going to send you the links to the exit tickets for today's lesson, which was about equal groups and how we related multiplication to the array model. All right? So I'll send those in just a second. As soon as the video finishes uploading, guys, it will be on YouTube for you to view. So give you moments to tell your classmates goodbye. Thank you
Bye.
once for attending.
Bye.
Thank you, Ms.
Bye, everyone.
Johnson, Ms. Clark.
Bye. I'm gonna leave now. Bye. I'm gonna leave right now. Bye.
All right, see y'all on Friday.
Bye, Mr. I love you. Bye.
Bye, Donald.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
Don't forget
Bye,
Miss Clark's
Angel. Bye,
exit
Miss
ticket.
Clark.
Bye, Miss Sewell.
Bye. Have a
Bye,
good
Eric.
day.
Bye. 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 Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.